Well, hello and happy Tuesday. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. Tonight, we're going to guarantee you're going to see how to set up your swap system. If you haven't got it set up, if you have, you might have missed a couple things, who knows? But we're going to find out tonight. All right, Chris, Dan, Kevin, everybody says we're seeing and hearing. Awesome. And we have a new video for this week coming out for your weekly drip for your contacts in the swap system as well. So we got a few things going on here tonight. And I've got my notes on my phone. Yes, one of the things we're going to talk about tonight, it's not the NFL. Because the disappointment in the Chicago Bears is, well, it's disappointing. Anyway, but hey, Janana. Hey, Jana, how are you? All right. Everybody is logging in, getting online. Good to see you here tonight. One of the things that occurred to me a week or so ago, and I was going to talk about it last week, and because of our technical glitch, I never got to it. But when it comes to how to reach out to your warm market, some of you might be a little intimidated to put them into the swap system, and I totally get that. One of the things you can do, though, is once you are licensed as an agent and you have your Lafayette appointment, you can send your entire contact list to our general agent, Rocky Nystrom. And I encourage you strongly to do this, because what he'll do is about every month or so, he doesn't bombard people with emails, but every month or so, he sends out an email on your behalf, on our behalf, I should say. And it's a very well done email, very well crafted email about basically saying, hey, reach out to me, talk to me. So if you're not too sure about putting everybody into your swap system, which I totally understand, although I would encourage you to do it. But if you're a little bit, maybe intimidated to do that, if you were to send your whole contact list to Rocky, once you're appointed, he does a really nice job of sending out emails that give people information about the private family bank. And then if those people respond to you, and the way it's designed is kind of like the way the swap system is set up, but you don't have any control over it. It's all done by his office. But if somebody says, what is this all about? Or let's talk, then you take them from the email you receive, the response, which would be an email, or they might call you, who knows. But whatever response you get, then you put them into the swap system and start following up. So I want to encourage you to, once you get appointed with Rocky, I don't know why I never thought of this before, because I see the emails all the time. But I want to encourage you strongly to do that. And who knows? You might get a few people that will want to talk to you. So anyway, and you don't have to worry about bombarding them every couple of days. It's just one email. It's a one-off that goes, like I said, maybe once a month. He doesn't do them real frequently, but he does them at a nice frequency so that it's not overwhelming to the people that the emails are sent to. Just a thought. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't already done it and you're encouraged to do it, and you have any questions, just let me know. Anyway, let's go ahead. I think we've got everybody here. Let's go ahead and play this week's YouTube video. Here we go. Debt problems. Well, they can destroy families, they can destroy lives, and totally destroy your financial future. They can cause tremendous amounts of stress and leave you wondering, how the heck did I ever even wind up here? In this video, you're not only going to learn how you wound up where you are, but more importantly, you're going to learn how to overcome your debt problems once and for all and get back to where you belong, where you have the kind of hope in your financial future you should have, the kind of hope that will finally bring you the peace of mind you deserve. And if creating hope and peace of mind about your financial future is important to you, then you're going to want to subscribe to our channel and click that bell so you get notified when we publish new videos. We've been creating financial futures filled with hope and peace of mind for decades. Hi, I'm best-selling personal finance author Tony Manganello. Since 1995, my business partner John Commuta and I have helped over 3 million people overcome their debt problems. And in this video, you're going to learn 3 cash flow secrets that summarize nearly 3 decades of experience that will help you get on your way to conquering your debt problems once and for all. And be sure to stick around until the end, because I have a bonus cash flow secret for you, as well as some additional information you're going to want to check out, because this video, well, it's just the beginning of your journey back to restoring the hope you want for your financial future. Cash flow secret number 1 is debt is a numbers game. Unfortunately, it's a numbers game that very few people understand, and most people are losing terribly. Now, if you're watching this video, you may be losing the numbers game too. And the reason you're losing the numbers game so badly is because of how you look at those numbers. Let's take a peek at a few examples. For these examples, you bought a $25,000 car with a 5-year loan at 8%, and you have a $506.91 monthly payment. And you bought a $205,000 home on a 30-year mortgage at 6.79%, with a $1,335 a month payment. Now, you see that $506.91 a month payment for your car at 8%, you see that as a $25,000 car. Your lender, though, he sees that as $30,414.60 in total payments and a $5,414.60 profit. Now, who won that numbers game? Now, you see your $1,335 30-year mortgage payment at 6.79%. You see that as your $205,000 home. Your mortgage lender, he sees that as $480,600 in total payments and a $275,600 profit. Who won that one? You lose the debt numbers game because you focus on the beginning of the game, your budget and making those payments, while your lender focuses on the end of the game and your future income potential. You focus on how much you think you can afford to pay each month. You think as long as your monthly payments total less than your net monthly income, you think you're winning. When your lenders look at you, they don't just look at your monthly budget and things like, your debt to income ratio. They look at you and see how much income potential you represent for decades to come. If you're bringing home 50 grand a year and your lenders are focused on the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars you're going to bring home in the future, and their game plan centers around how much of that small fortune they can siphon off from you. If you want to win the debt numbers game, your game plan has to change from focusing on your monthly budget so you can make payments to focusing on how much of the income you're going to generate for decades to come and how much of that small fortune you can keep as possible. Now, if you're willing to change your game plan, instead of just focusing on budgeting and paying bills, you're going to start focusing on the hundreds of thousands of dollars in future income you're going to generate and focus on keeping as much of that small fortune as you can. Give me a "I'm changing my game plan" in the comments. Cash flow secret number 2 is debt is a wealth consumer. Here's one of the definitions of debt from my book, The Debt-Free Millionaire. Debt is the commitment of future, non-guaranteed, yet-to-be-earned income for past or present purchases. When you accept a payment plan based on any kind of debt, you're promising away future income to payments that are heavily weighted with interest. You're focused on the beginning of the game, fitting those payments into your monthly budget. And it causes you to miss the fact that those payments will siphon off about 50% or more of your gross income for years, perhaps decades to come. Let's take a look at the sample family from my book and see what their numbers look like. They have $238,274.30 in total debt on their mortgage, a couple of cars, and a handful of credit cards. They're making $2,575 a month in total payments, and after they make their payments, they have $425 left over. Because they have $425 left over, they think they're winning the numbers game. What they're not looking at is how much of their future wealth these payments will consume. I walk this through in detail in my How to Pay Off Debt Faster video, but here are the numbers. By the time they pay off all of this debt, including the interest, they will have paid a total of $502,742.99. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, that their $238,000 in debt is going to cost them over $500,000 out of pocket, it gets worse. What makes it worse is that the over $500,000 that they're going to pay is paid with net income. So the question becomes, how much do they have to gross so they can just bring home the $502,742.99? Are you ready for this? The Fortunatos need to gross $628,428.74. So their $238,000 and change in total debt will consume over $628,000 of their future gross income. That's more than 2.5 times what they owe. Now take a minute and think about how much you owe on, your house. Do you have cars that you owe money on? How much do you owe on those? What's the total credit card debt you have? Do you have student loans that you owe? How much do you owe total? Now seriously, go on and take a moment and try to get that total in your head. It doesn't have to be exact, just a ballpark figure. Now once you've got that number, multiply it by 2.5. And that's an estimate of how much of your future gross income will be consumed by debt payments. And this is why cash flow secret number 2 is debt is a wealth consumer. Fortunately, it doesn't have to be that way. Cash flow secret number 3 is there is life after debt. For more than a quarter of a century, we've taught, like I said, over 3 million people how to conquer debt. We've showed them how to pay it all off in about 7 years or less. I'm talking, they've paid off their houses, their cars, their credit cards, student loans, all of it, every single penny of debt. They've paid it all off in just a handful of years. Doing this has saved them over $100,000 on average or more in interest payments, and then they've reclaimed thousands of dollars in monthly cash flow. And we've showed them how to do this with the money they're already making. Now, this has been proven over and over again, and you can do it too. The key to overcoming your debt problems is to understand how to redirect your current personal cash flow. Now, most people are familiar with the snowball method of debt elimination. It's where you add some extra cash on the payment of one of your debts. Usually it's the one with the smallest balance, and you pay that off really fast. And when that debt is paid off, you add the payment from that debt to the extra cash that you started with. And, you snowball that total onto the next payment for the next debt. And you keep doing this until all your debt is paid off completely and you're totally debt-free. Now, we've showed this method to millions of people and it has changed their lives. Now, the one problem with that method, though, is you can't live on debt freedom. Eliminating those debt payments is just the beginning because you also have to accumulate some wealth so you'll have cash to live off of when you want to quit working. The snowball method of debt elimination will help you get to a place where all that money you're wasting on debt payments right now will be yours to save and invest for your future. But, after the 7 years, give or take, that it will take you to become completely debt-free, you'll have nothing saved for your future and you're going to be starting from scratch. And this leads me to your bonus cash flow secret for this video. The bonus cash flow secret is you can pay off debt and build tax-free wealth with the same dollars at the same time. This means that every dollar you're using to pay off your debt is also simultaneously generating interest and dividends for your future. You're probably completely unaware that this is even possible. And the reason for that is because to be able to use $1 to do two things requires a special kind of account. Remember my sample family, the Fortunatos? Here's what this kind of account will help them do. They're going to be completely debt-free in 9 years and 9 months. They'll have saved over $169,000 in interest. And by the time they've paid off all their debt, they have nearly $50,000 in this special account. And using one of these accounts takes a little longer to pay off your debt, but you wind up with tens of thousands of dollars in the bank, in addition to reclaiming those thousands of dollars you're wasting on debt payments each month right now. Which would you rather be? Debt-free and have all those wasted debt payments back in your pocket each month? Or would you rather be debt-free, reclaim all those debt payments you're wasting on debt each month, and have tens of thousands of dollars in the bank too? The difference between these two options is where you're snowballing your payments. In the old way of paying off debt, you used to snowball your payments directly to your creditors. The problem, though, with this old way of paying off debt is that once you write those checks and send it to your creditors, that money is gone for good. However, with one of these special accounts, you redirect where you snowball your payments. And instead of snowballing them to your creditors where the money's gone for good, you snowball them into this special account, and it allows you to use those same dollars for two purposes simultaneously. You can't do that with your bank checking account. These special accounts are called private family banks, and you can find out more about how they work and how simple they are to start by clicking on the link below and getting your hands on The Banker's Secret to Permanent Family Wealth by my business partner, John Commuta. In it, you'll not only learn how simple it is to pay off all your debt and build tax-free wealth with the same dollars at the same time, you'll also learn how you can be your own bank and build wealth while funding major purchases like buying cars and taking vacations, or even paying for your kids' college. And you'll learn why a private family bank is a better place to store your cash than the stock market. And finally, you'll learn how a private family bank can help you build generational wealth, wealth like Mayer Rothschild built for his family. And you'll be able to leave behind a real legacy for your kids and their kids, the kind of legacy that will have them hanging your portrait over their fireplaces. Now, we've been helping people start these awesome accounts for nearly a decade, and they are absolutely the most powerful personal financial tool we've ever seen. So click the link below and find out for yourself how they can help you transform the debt stress you're feeling now into hope and financial peace of mind for your future, the kind that you deserve. And when you're clicking on that link, please let me know if you like this video by clicking the like button. And if this video helped you, then you should subscribe to our channel and click the bell. You see, all of our videos are focused on helping you take total command of your financial future and get you on the path to true financial peace of mind. When it comes to your financial peace of mind, let me know if there are any personal finance questions you have, and just leave me a question in the comments. You see, I read them every week, and I will respond directly to you as soon as I can. The one thing you should know about debt problems, though, is that they're only temporary. Now, I know it may be hard to believe when you're going through tough times like this, that are brought about by debt and personal finance issues. But after years of helping folks through debt problems, I promise you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And to get there, you have to retrain your brain about how money works so you can avoid getting seduced into signing away your financial future. So check out our Money Myth or Quick Start course videos. They're guaranteed to give you the perspective on your financial future you really need to succeed financially. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right, I noticed that I didn't put what's called the end screen on the video, which when the picture shrinks down and there's things going on, there's supposed to be a couple other videos and whatnot that show up in the subscribe widget. Unfortunately, I didn't get to that yet, but that'll get squared away pretty soon. One of the things that we are realizing, and I think this is not really that big a shock, is that for the most part, debt is still one of the biggest pain or pressure points financially for the average individual. And I'm going to be focusing in future weeks on more general finance, personal finance issues, and slanting them a little bit more towards debt, and trying to work, I don't want to say angle, it sounds a little bad that way, but for the most part, that's really where people are struggling, really having a difficult time. So, okay. I am going to, here's what the deal is. I recorded a video for the tutorial, a totally updated video, and we're going to go through it tonight, and we're going to watch it. And then if you have questions about the swap setup, do let me know. It's almost like this is a guinea pig type of thing. It's like a beta run. I'm pretty sure I covered all the stuff in the video. It will move fast. I cannot pause it in this setting when we're watching the video here. But when you go into, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you what that will look like. Give me just a second. All right, let me get things arranged correctly. There we go. That's the one. Okay. So, this is the Agent Academy training portal. You click on Agent Academy, come down to Swap System, and then go to Get Started or Getting Started. That's where the updates have taken place. I had this broken up into 2 steps before, and I combined it. So now instead of 5 total steps, 2 of those initial 5 steps have been combined into 1. So it's now 4 steps. And the video we're going to watch is this one here that shows how everything basically comes together. And, when you're watching it, you can stop it, you can pause it. And I encourage you, if you are going to be setting everything up for the first time, I'll encourage you to watch it, pause it, take the next action that's outlined or the one that was just outlined in the video, that sort of thing. But I believe this is going to walk you through in a way a little bit more efficiently than what was done previously. So without further ado, one thing I do want to mention is, before I forget, let's go to Calendly. You may see a change to your PFB initial consultation scheduling event. So if somebody goes to schedule an event, goes to schedule an illustration consultation with you, there will be a couple added questions. The one is, please provide any information here that you feel will be relevant for our meeting. And this is not a required response. That way they might have questions about something that they thought about. This gives them an additional option or another chance to, if they were thinking about something, letting you know. And then you'll see that there's a question here, please choose your preference. And there's an asterisk, which means this is a required response from your prospect. Choose a phone call or choose a live online meeting. Now, in your Calendly account, you should have, here we go. You should have in your, what you're going to need to do is go into this meeting. Okay, let's just close this for a second. Go into your template where you access the Private Family Bank illustration consultation. This is the one where you need to do screen sharing. Okay, so you're going to want to go here, click on what is this event, and then in the location section, put your Zoom link. I would, it says here to integrate, you can integrate Zoom. I would not do this. I would generate just a typical Zoom meeting room that is static, not a dynamic one. But what I do, I use Join Me, and I just have my static Join Me account landing page or link, my static Join Me link here, which is Tony Maggs. Join.TonyMaggs, join.me.TonyMaggs. I have that there. And if they want to go and use the online meeting, then it gives them the option. Okay. And what you'll need to do is, from the event where you click on the gear to click on edit, you want to come to this, what is this event, and put that static link in the location. Okay. And the reason for that, I can't do that in the template. I can make changes here, but I can't do that in the template because I obviously don't have your link. So you have to go into your personal Calendly account, and you'll need to go into your Private Family Bank illustration consultation event and go into what is this event and put that link here. And so this way, if they choose phone call or live online meeting, the reason I'm doing this is because in the last couple weeks, I've had people just like waiting for me in my online meeting room, and I was ready to call them. So this helps both of us and our prospect, make sure we know which one we're going with. Brian says, got a question here, so let's get to that. Brian says, awesome. Will this also show how this link will link us to the Calendly account, as I don't have the template for a PFB illustration? How can I get that? Can I get the PFB Calendly? Brian, go ahead and email me directly, and we'll take care of that ASAP. Okay. David says, if we've made some updates to our Calendly, will your updates remove ours? Oh, I don't know. I don't believe so. I think when I checked with the Calendly people, I asked them if you guys make changes to your personal account, and then I'd go in. They told me that it wasn't supposed to overwrite anything you did. It should just be added to what you have done. So I guess we're going to find out if that was true. And that's why I went in and did this. You should see this. If you don't see it, let me know. But I believe that this is very helpful, because I know, like I said, there have been several times where I've had people, where am I at? Oh, I got to go here. There it is. I've had people, as I, every time I got a call coming up, whether it's an initial or illustration consult, I get in front of my desk, and 5 to 15 minutes beforehand, depending on how much I remember I need to review, I get there, and then I'll open up my Join Me account. And a couple of times, I don't know how Zoom works, but when I opened up Join Me, I got the little window that said so-and-so was here, allow them access or deny access. I was like, oh my gosh, I mean, they're like 5 minutes early. So this will help with how we interact with our clients and prospects to make sure that we're on the same page and we don't get any surprises. And so I hope that helps. If you have any other questions about that, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and go through the new swap tutorial. And I want you to, like I said, I can't pause the video. So jot down any questions you have during the session, during the video, and afterwards we'll get to all those questions. Okay. So anyway, let me find it. And here we go. After you've joined the Agent Academy, you will receive an email from the Mighty Giant telling you that your new Smartest Wealth Systems account powered by the Mighty Giant is ready to go. You'll be provided with login credentials that you can use to log in for the first time, with a password that you'll be able to change once. What happened there? Hold on. What is going on? Let's try it again. After you've joined the Agent Academy, you will receive an email from the Mighty Giant telling you that your new Smartest Wealth Systems account powered by the Mighty Giant is ready to go. You'll be provided with login credentials that you can use to log in for the first time, with a password that you'll be able to change once you've set up your account. To go ahead and log in, all you'll need to do is click on the mightygiant.com link in the email. Log in using the credentials you've been given, agree to the terms of use, the privacy policy, and the spam policy, and you'll be able to set up your account to do everything you needed to do to build your business. Setting up your swap system takes a few minutes, and I'm going to walk you through all of the steps that you need to take, and I'm going to give you some prep work so that it goes as smoothly as possible for you. So first thing you're going to want to do is to make sure that you have your browser open so that you're in the Agent Academy, logged in to where it's getting started, and you're going to want to scroll down to where you can download this Links for Automated Processes text document. I've done that already, and that is right here. Okay, so you're going to want to have that available, and then you're going to want to make sure that you have your browser open. And here I have my browser open. I've logged into my Kartra affiliate portal. We're going to need links from here. I'm logged into my Calendly account. Going to need links from here. And I'm logged into the Mighty Giant account. I've got different tabs open here, and this is just going to make it go real smooth and real quick. First thing you're going to want to do is to get all of the links that you're going to need for setting up your swap system. So open up the Links for Automated Processes, and we're just going to go through the process of where to find these links and copy and paste them into this document. And we're going to come back to that later once we've got these all done. So the first link is the Kartra JV Broker link. For that, I'm going to come to the Kartra account, and you'll see that it's already defaulted to Smartest Wealth Agent Academy membership. Click on the My Link icon. It'll bring up this window. You want your JV Broker link. So click on this square for JV Broker, highlight that link, copy it, and then go back to the document, paste it right there. The next link we're going to need from the Kartra affiliate portal is code number 3, Smartest Wealth affiliate link. So go back to the Kartra portal, close that window. From this drop-down box, scroll down to Smart Wealth University. And once it's highlighted and you see it here, click on My Link. Here you're going to need your affiliate link. So click on the left window. And what you want is to highlight and copy the product index page link. Go back to the document, paste it in for code number 3. The next link we're going to need is for code number 8, the Agent Academy webinar affiliate link. Go back into your Kartra affiliate link portal, close that window, go back into Agent Academy. Make sure it's highlighted here so you're getting the right link. Click on My Link again, and you're going to want to click on the affiliate link, this left side box, and you're going to want to scroll down to where it says Agent Academy 3 Keys Webinar Replay. Highlight that link. Copy it. Go back to the text document. Paste it right there. And then the final link we're going to need for number 10 from the Kartra affiliate link is the Agent Academy enrollment link. Simply go back to the same window you just came from, and this product index page is the link you want, the very top one. Highlight that, copy it, go back to the document, paste it in for code number 10. All right. Now that we're done with those links from Kartra, we're going to get the links from your Calendly account. So I've already logged into my Calendly account. This is going to be real simple. All you're going to need to do, and they're in the right order, you need them, you're just going to click on for the home-based business follow-up, which is going to be this first link from Calendly that you need for code number 2. Click on the button that says copy link. That's all you need to do. Go back to the document and paste it right there for code number 2. The next link we need is code number 4, the Private Family Bank Q&A call link. Back to this window. That will be this appointment right here. Click copy link. Go back to your document. Paste it in right there. The next one you'll need is the illustration consultation link. That's this one right here. Click copy link. Back to your document. Paste it right below where it says code number 5. Then we need code number 6, the PFB or Private Family Bank follow-up link. Back to your Calendly account, click on copy link, paste it right there. And then we're going to need one more code from Calendly, and that's going to be code number 7, the application consultation link. Go back to this window, PFB application, click copy link, paste it right there. All right, now we've got all of the codes except for code number 9. This code's actually going to come from within your Mighty Giant account. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into Mighty Giant. What we're looking for is the SWS PFB intro opt-in link. This is a link that will bring people to the opt-in page for the Banker's Secret video that's used in many of the assets that we've created for you. So what you're going to do is you're simply going to go ahead and go into your Mighty Giant account. When you get to your Mighty Giant account, you're going to want to come to My Website up here, and then you're going to scroll down to where it says Lead Capture Page Options. Click on that, and you're going to want to scroll down. You're going to see a landing page that says SWS PFB Intro. The direct link is the one you're going to want to copy. So copy that link, go back to the text document, paste it right there. Now you've got all 10 of the links that you need for one portion of your Mighty Giant account. Next thing you're going to need is My Website links. You'll see where these go when we get there. For now, what you're going to need to do is get the Banker's Secret System Course affiliate link. For that, we're going to go back to the Kartra affiliate link, close this window. If you highlight over this icon, it'll say Banker's Secret System Course. Click on that. Once Banker's Secret System Course is presented, go over to My Link again on the right, click on that, click on the box for your affiliate link, and you'll copy the product index page right here. Copy that, go back to the document. Under My Website links, you're going to paste it right there. And the next link you'll need for your website, this is the website that's provided in Mighty Giant, is the Get Started link, which is going to be the landing page for people who simply want to schedule an appointment with you. So here's what you'll do. You go back into the Mighty Giant right here. From this same page, we're going to scroll down. SWS Get Started. This is the landing page link we're going to need right here, the direct link like we did before. We'll copy that. Go back to the document, paste it in. Now you've got every link you need to set up your Mighty Giant account. The next thing you're going to want to do is go back into the Agent Academy where you should be logged in, and from the swap system, Get Started link. So just to make sure you're at the right place, on Agent Academy, click on Swap System, click on Get Started, and you're going to scroll down to where it says About Me page, suggested copy. This is a text document you're going to want to download. Once you've downloaded it, just have it handy. We're going to refer back to that in just a moment. Now what we're going to do is walk through the process of getting the Mighty Giant account set up completely. Back in the Mighty Giant, you're going to want to click on this little icon here because we're going to add your picture. Your picture is optional, but it really is necessary because it helps to put a personal touch on everything you send to your prospects. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure you have a picture that you like. Once you've browsed to a picture that you want to use, click on Open to bring it in. And there's the picture that you want. Next thing you'll do for profile picture is click on Edit this image. And here, what you'll do is you will select the portion of the picture that you want to be presented. Save the selection. And then for your thumbnail picture, you do the same thing. Click Save Selection. Scroll down, click on Done. Once that's done, you're going to want to review your personal information, make sure that your name, company ID, and everything is set the way you want it. Ignore the distributor ID because we don't use it, but make sure your address, everything is correct and accurate, and click on Save Changes. The next step you're going to want to take is clicking on My Website and come down to where it says Edit Your Link. The default for your site will be the sevenfiguresecret.com. You're going to want to make sure you change it to smartestwealth.com. Once you do that, click Save Changes, and you've got your link set up so that all of your landing pages and your email address will be from smartestwealth.com. While we're in the My Website tab, we're going to go ahead and click on Customize Your Website. Customize Your About Me page. Click on that button and make sure that your name and email address are correct, your phone number is correct, and you could put any information you want here. If you have a Twitter account, a Facebook, or LinkedIn or Instagram account you want to be presented, you can go ahead and add those here. They're not necessary. There's the picture that you selected. Here is where you will copy and paste the suggested copy for your About Me page. So let's go ahead and grab that copy, which is right here. Copy that, and then paste the copy right there. And then you're going to want to make sure that you enter your name where it says your name here. This is all generic information to get you started. You can come back and you can change this and update it and make it more personal anytime you like. That's totally and completely up to you. This is just something that will help you get it started. Once you've done that, click Save Changes. And if you'd like, you can preview your About Me page. And there you go. I'm going to close that window, and we're going to go all the way back up to customizing your website. The next thing here is the redirect links. From here, you go back to the text document that we pasted all of the codes in, and we're scrolling down to where it says My Website Links. The Learn More link is the one you're going to want to copy that and paste it right here where it says Learn More. Paste it into that field. When someone clicks on this link to learn more about the Private Family Bank, they will be brought to where they could purchase the Banker's Secret System course, and you'll get a commission. The next link we need is the Get Started link. Getting started for our purposes is when someone wants to talk to you about a private family bank, and this is a landing page where they will fill in information and get placed on the campaign to schedule an appointment while also receiving information about the Banker's Secret. So copy that link, paste it right there, and click Save Changes. Step 3 is to create your marketing site theme. You can go ahead and select a picture that you prefer to use. You can change background colors and all kinds of different things here. I'm going to let you go ahead and feel free to edit that or modify that any way you prefer. Once you've done that, just make sure you click on Save Changes. The next step to customizing your website, let's go back to Website and then Customize Your Website. Go to Step 4, Choose Your Featured Movie. Make sure that the Banker's Secret video is the one that is checked for that selection and click Save Changes. Step 5 is to choose your industry movie. We're just going to go ahead and skip that. We don't use that currently. The next thing you're going to want to do is Step 6, which is choose marketing site sections. The Our Industry box will be selected by default. Make sure that you deselect it and click Save Changes. Once you've done that, if you go back to My Website and preview your website, you'll see that the video that presents itself is the Banker's Secret video. If somebody clicks on the Learn More link, they're going to come to your affiliate link where they can purchase the Banker's Secret System course and you can earn a commission. If somebody clicks on Get Started, they're going to come to the landing page where they can put in their information and schedule a call with you. The next thing we're going to do is from the website page, click on Dashboard, click on Smart Sender. From the Smart Sender, you're going to go up to this top right hand where there's this little gear. You're going to click on Settings, and you're going to click on Profile. Make sure that you have all of the information here correct, and this little box by default is unchecked. This is the box that says show your profile picture on SmartSender pages. Absolutely, positively want to have that checked. Make sure that's checked. Here you can add any of the Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media assets or properties that you want to have presented. Go ahead and add those if you like. They're not necessary. Once you've done that, you don't need to worry about a logo. Just click Save, and then that is complete. Once you've configured your information and settings for the SmartSender, which provides landing pages that have been created already for you, once you've done that, go back up here to the navigation bar and click on Marketing. Scroll down to Email Signature Creator. You're not going to need to create an email signature because an email signature has already been created for you. So for that, you click on Manage Email Profile, and you just make sure that all of this information is correct. If it is, click Save, and every time you use the system to send an email, the signature that will go out in the email is done very professionally. It looks great. It will also provide all of your contact information so your prospects, if they want to reach you, will know exactly how to do that. The last thing we're going to do is come up to the top right of the screen where it says My Account. It'll bring down this drop-down box. Click on My Account again. You're going to scroll all the way to the bottom to Personal Customization Codes. Here's where we will copy and paste all of the codes that we gathered up in the beginning so that every time you send an email, every time one of your prospects lands on one of your landing pages, everything that has been designed for you, when you have these codes set up correctly, they will just wind up going through the funnel, getting educated, and being ready to talk to you about starting a private family bank. For that, we'll go back to the document that has all of the links. And this is kind of like a two-step process. You'll see that these are just named code number 1, code number 2, and so forth. We're going to actually give the names that are on this document to those codes, and I will show you why that's important in just a moment. For now, you'll copy and paste those titles into each code, and you'll copy the link for the code into the field next to it. Just do that down the page. Once you've copied and pasted all of the titles for the codes and the links to the codes themselves correctly, click on Save Changes. From here, take a quick look at going into Contacts. Go to your contacts and find Sally Prospect. Open it up. And here, if you click on Send Email, you'll notice that there are a number of options available. So let's go ahead and say we want to schedule a PFB initial consultation with Sally. You'll notice there is a Schedule Your Consultation link here in the email. And the reason why you pasted all of the codes into the system the way we did is so that we'll put your Calendly link there appropriately. If you were to go to General Email, which is one that I use very frequently for an email that is unique and doesn't require any template, I'll highlight Start here. And let's say I wanted to send somebody information on the Agent Academy webinar. What you do is just simply type the anchor text, 3 Keys Webinar. If you highlight that, come over here and you see these icons. You can put information inside the system in the email. Click on Merge Codes. Scrolling down, you'll see there's all kinds of options provided, and you'll see why we named those codes.
See here, if you wanted to send someone the Agent Academy webinar, it's already named for you. If it was just code 8, you wouldn't know which one to use. This way you add that in and click send. And you're done. Your swap system's completely set up and you're ready to go.
All right. I hope that's going to be helpful. One of the things that I keep thinking about on a regular basis is as you build your agency, as you build your team, how to keep it simple or as simple as possible for them as we can. And right now, where we're at with all of the codes and everything else, I don't see that changing for some time. I did mention in the video that we're not using the Our Industry section of the website that we're provided. And the reason for that is that's more along the lines of a what's it called? Like an MLM, a multi-level marketing or network marketing opportunity where people are trying to say, oh, this is what's happening with our industry. And for the most part, people are not really, at least what we're trying to do is show them how this system works for them. And just like what you've gone through, you did not come to us looking for a business opportunity. You came to us because you read the Banker's Secret ebook and you want to know how the private family bank worked. Once you found out how incredible it was, you were like, hey, this actually might not be a bad idea. And so that's why we're not using it, because we're not recruiting right off the bat. Now, I am tinkering with some recruiting ideas because let's face it, as you build your book of business through sales of the private family bank, you're going to have people who might be interested in joining your team. So we're going to be providing information on that. I do have some things kind of like in the hopper. It's not as nearly as complete as I would like. So it's, we're going to be working on that as the months progress, and we'll have something as soon as possible. And there are a couple of things that are available right now. If you do have people that you want to recruit, there is I think it's the prospects folder next week, because I'm working on that folder flowchart / reference guide, because I know when you look at all the folders, you're ripping your hair out thinking, what in the world are all these folders for? I'm working on that document. Next week, we're going to go through that so that you understand, you can wrap your brain around it and be able to go, oh, now I see where those things come into play. For the most part, the PFB intro folder, the illustration consult, the PFB intro folder, the initial consult folder, the illustration consult folder, and the send application folder are the primary ones we use. A couple other campaigns that we use. So I'm compiling this type of flowchart sort of reference guide so that you will have the ability to, with a glance, kind of get an idea of what it's all about. And speaking of reference guides, this document right here will be, or I should say already is, in the format, in the Agent Academy portal. There's the download links for the automated processes. There's the About Me page, suggested copy, and then there's a swap setup reference guide. And you can download that if you need to set up your swap system. But basically, it's not a step-by-step process. The video walks through that, as you saw. But what this is for is it's kind of like an outline of what steps we go through during the video. I actually followed this. So I hope that all of that was helpful to you, because it's really important. And I know that I've said this before, and I know that from your standpoint, I have to apologize, because this stuff, it didn't come naturally to me at all. I mean, oh gosh, I'm going all the way back to 2002 when we used to use, now this is, some of you may remember this, there was a system called Goldmine. So we used to use that as a CRM, and then we went to Infusionsoft in 2000. I was one of the first Infusionsoft users. So I've been doing this type of stuff for a really long time, and I know that you understand how important it is, but at the same time, you probably, and I wouldn't blame you, you would be looking at it going, there's a saying we've kind of said for a long time, saying we've said. That sounds a little redundant. It goes, a confused mind says no. And I'm sure that many of you have been a little bit confused about this and you just weren't sure how to touch it. Hopefully we can begin to help alleviate some of that confusion and bring it more sharply into focus instead of it being so blurry. Brian says, wow, time coming. A long time coming. Yeah, thank you, Brian. I know it really is an exciting time as far as I'm concerned. We are finally at a place where the tools, our toolbox is fairly complete. And what these Tuesday nights, these training sessions are really hopefully all about are where you can begin to understand what tools are for, or what the tools are for, how to use them, and when to use them. Because sometimes, there are things that you need to do, and there are other times when those things are not as applicable. So I hope that made sense. A couple of updates, though. Like I said, next week we're going to go through, I'll have that reference guide together so that you understand exactly how all that stuff works. I mean, when it comes to the folders, there are some that are, and I said this a couple weeks ago, before we started doing the weekly drip videos, there were folders designed to basically, like if somebody was in this is what was happening. Somebody was in the illustration consultation folder and they got all the way through the campaign and they never scheduled their follow-up. And so the question was, how do we get these people back on track? How do we get them back, how do we get them back on the hook? And let's face it. I mean, these people really need what we're showing them. And so I've talked about the culture of chaos, the urgent broom sweeping under all of the important things under the rug and all that other stuff. But the weekly videos have really been, at least for me, and I hope for you as well. I know, Dan, you've said that they've worked out pretty well. I hope that they're helping you with your list of people that you're trying to reach. I hope that you're seeing those people who may have kind of fallen off the face of the earth. They went silent. You tried to reach out to them and it's crickets. Hopefully that the weekly videos are bringing them back. If you'll notice, I try to say, I try to give different perspectives to how a private family bank can help them. I'm trying to help the people who do not have the immersion in this system the way we do. I'm trying to give them like for instance, overcoming debt problems. A lot of people have debt problems. And it's possible that the debt problems are making them think, you know what, I don't think I can do this. Well, we show them that it can actually help them. So that's the kind of angle I'm trying to play. And it's not really a persuasion technique that is manipulative. It's trying to make sure that they understand what they're missing. And hopefully that will encourage them to not, or I should say to want to not miss it, if you catch my drift. Brian, you used Goldmine right after the ACT database. I remember ACT too. Actually, John and his brother Kevin created something called Sales Machine. Some of you may remember that. For all of this, John had that idea a long time ago. And but I mean, we've been working for this type of stuff for a really long time. I want to make this as simple as possible as I can for you because I know how important it is for you to be able to point and click your way to success. And that's essentially when it comes to our business, that is after 3.5 years of doing Agent Academy activity, plus a year to 2 of knowing that we needed to do something like this. So like for the last 5 or 6 years, our business has now been distilled down to that statement. being able to point and click your way to success. Now, you have to know where to point and where to click, but when you do, that's essentially all it is. So to go back to what I mentioned earlier before we watched the video, if you have, in your phone, your list of contacts, export that list of contacts into a CSV file. If you have questions about that, let me know. We'll work on that. But export that list of contacts when you're licensed and you have your appointment. Your appointment is in our agency. Our general manager is Rocky Nystrom. Great guy. Those of you who are here with us in June, he was here. He's out of Lawrence, Kansas. And like I said, great guy. His office is Marcy. We just love working with him. His office will take those lists, those names, and just email them. And the emails are really, really well done. And they're not going to be bombarded. So I would strongly encourage you, if you're not putting all your list of people, if you're not keying them in, unfortunately, there's no import feature in the Mighty Giant. And the reason for that is because the company that manages that software application is, let's face it, people, if you could import a list of people, they would import their whole list. People not like us would buy email lists and they would import them, and then they would be blasting those, essentially spamming those people. And they're very protective over that because of the integrity of the entire operation. So anyway, we can't import lists into the Mighty Giant. You can't. I have it done for those of you who are part of the lead sharing program. That's, by the way, is picking back up. I think we mentioned a few weeks within the last few weeks of trainings, we talked about how Facebook shut down our advertising campaigns and our Facebook stuff. I'm not going to get into all the gory details, but we've got it back up and running again. It's starting to gain the momentum it once had. So leads will be coming back to the table. Remember, to be qualified to be in the lead sharing program, leads are obviously available, are based on availability. We've had a few trickling in. We've been doing some testing and stuff like that. I don't want to give you guys leads that aren't responsive. And those of you who have been working with the lead sharing program up until this point, I think have had some success. But to qualify for the lead sharing program, you need to obviously be an Agent Academy member. You need to be using the swap system, and you need to have your own bank, and you need to have sold at least one bank on your own. That gives us the ability to know that, okay, you have a good basic foundational system, understanding of how the system works. What'll happen is I have leads imported into my record, and then I just put them into your folder. And we're going to talk about that next week as far as when the folders come in. But those of you who have been participating in this, you understand, all of a sudden you get an email from me. It says, hey, you got some leads. You go in, there's a specific system to go through, and you just point and click your way there. And there are outbound phone calls designed for that, which are necessary to make it work. So, if you want to be a participant in the lead sharing program, you got to have those 4 qualifications, and you need to be able to and willing to make outbound phone calls. So, but we've had people who are doing it and getting contracts out of it. So, okay. Any other questions about anything else that we went through tonight? The video, I hope you found that helpful. I know that when it comes to recruiting, part of what I envision in the future, probably first, if not second quarter of next year, there will be an updated webinar. And that webinar is going to be less about the market and opportunity, and more about pointing and clicking your way to success, because that's really what this system allows us to do. Alan says, hey, Tony, wanted to know, I'm working on my license and wanted to know, do you guys offer any referral fees for someone who is looking to get a PFB, and if we send them to you guys? Alan, I wish we could pay referral fees. I don't know if it's illegal. It might be, but there is something called rebating and all this. When it comes in the insurance industry, the only way you can participate in a commission or any type of gifting is if you have a license. If we could work out a scenario where we could give referral fees, we would have been doing it a long time ago. Unfortunately, the insurance industry as a whole has a real no about that whole thing. So I wish we could, but we can't. I just encourage you to do what you can. And like I've said before, getting that license is the biggest obstacle to your success. It happens to be a necessary obstacle, but once you get it, I mean, I've had mine. When the heck did I get mine? Wow, how long ago? Is it 2012? Like 6 or 7 years. After John finally got through my thick skull and I was able to overcome my disdain of whole life insurance policies, because I was if you haven't heard, I'm sure most of you have, I used to be a buy term and invest the rest guy. Totally believed in that. I was like so hypnotized into thinking that was the only thing to do. John took almost 2 years to get through to me. Once I realized what it was, I was like, okay, it's time to press the pause button on everything going on in my life and get that license. Now, fortunately for me, I had the license before and I'm very familiar with the industry. So it only took me about a week to review notes and go through the course and go take the test and pass. Not everybody has that experience. If you just said, hey, I'm going to take a month, maybe even 2 weeks, and just totally commit yourself to that and just get that out of the way, it will be it'll be the biggest thing that you can do. And Alan, if you have any questions or any needs about that, let me know. I'll be happy to kind of help you understand what you can do. We can do some things with those people who are looking for banks, but I would want you to get paid for that. And the only way you can get paid is if you have your license. So, all right. Any other questions? Great stuff. Looking at the monitor, not staring into space. And all right. Excellent. So, yeah, when it comes to recruiting, I really believe the advantage that we have now is that when people have the idea of starting a business, how do I get started is one of the biggest questions that they have. And it's been my vision, as you see with the swap system, to be able to say, well, you just use this, or sit in front of your computer a little bit, your laptop, whatever it is. That's all you need to do. Just need to put people through there, know what to say, and get trained. But when it comes to, whatever home-based business you're in, you have to learn about the product and all that stuff to be able to talk about it. Once you have all that knowledge, what do? Call 100 people? I'd rather stick needles in my eyes. David says, off-topic question. Off-topic questions are completely fine and totally welcome, by the way. David's question is, in the application process, there are 2 questions. Have you been paid anything? I'm guessing charging a consultation fee. What is this? And the second is splitting commissions. When would this, or why would this be done? Okay, great observations, David. The first question is, have you been paid, or basically, have you charged the client anything? In our scenario, we say no. I mean, I guess there are some people that, let's say, a personal financial planner, PFP, I think that's what it is, PFP. They may charge, $1,000 or $3,000 to do a personal financial plan for someone, and part of that plan may include a life insurance contract. So they want to know if the individual's been paid. For us, we don't obviously charge for that or anything that we do. One of the things I will say on the initial consultation, only because I've been asked enough times to make me realize I need to get this up front, is that when we do the initial consultation and I'm at the end of it, I will find an appropriate time based on how the conversation is going to say, just so you know what's going to happen next, we're going to look at your numbers, blah, blah, blah. And I explain to them, looking at the numbers, if you like what the numbers look like, we're going to talk about next steps. And those next steps will include an application and an exam and that sort of stuff. And at the end of that explanation, I always now add, and by the way, you pay nothing for any of this. Because I had two people, I think it was two people in the last few months say, thinking that the exam that they had to take was that they had to make the exam and do it on their insurance. No, the insurance company will pay for your exam. So there's no need to worry about any payment. The only payment, and this is how I'll put it to my prospects, the only payment you'll make is the premium payment to your private family bank with the numbers that we're talking about. Between now and that point, there's no out-of-pocket expense to you whatsoever. That way, they understand that they're not paying me for all this stuff, and it kind of takes a little bit of, it takes a question mark and turns it into a period. The second question you had was about splitting commissions. Okay, perfect example. Lead sharing agents. If you become a part of our lead sharing program, when it's up and running, we are literally spending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars out of pocket for John and I to generate those ads and to generate those leads. Each lead that you get costs us about $30. Okay, so if we gave you 10 leads, that's like $300. If we gave you 100 leads, if that we get to the point where I'd love to be giving everybody 100 leads, that's $3,000 in lead generation fees. So instead of making you pay us for the leads, which has been something that a lot of companies do, I'm not going to get into those details, but if you're experienced in this industry, there's some companies that will say, you want to be a part of our deal, we generate leads, we do all these mailings and stuff, it costs us $25 a name, and so you have to buy 100 leads from us first, and you got to come up with $2,500. So instead of making you pay for those leads, what we do is we, in that commission split part of the application, you'll be splitting that commission with John and I so that we can recuperate some of the fees or some of the out-of-pocket expense we incurred for those leads that you generate or that you've been given. Now, we've also agreed that, let's say you did that piece of business and that person gave you 3 referrals that you did business with. Well, those referrals are yours. The only time you need to split a commission is if that lead leads to a contract that you would not have gotten with, maybe you're talking to a husband and wife, and then they put it on the husband as opposed to the wife, or the wife as opposed to the husband, meaning Mary is the lead, but they wound up doing a contract on John. Okay, that's basically a lead that you split the commission with. But if Mary and John refer you to 10 other people, then that's, in my opinion, you did such a good job with Mary and John, they're giving you more business, you deserve it. So that's where that split thing comes into place. And, there are times when you might work with, I know John and I have done this, when we've worked with a group of people that, we're just going to divvy up the contracts. We split the commissions with each other because it's the only fair thing to do. So let's say you and another part of you build an agency and you have team members, and you put money into an event to bring people to, something that leads to contracts. Well, then you can do a split there as well. And that's just a fair way to deal with it. So I hope that answers your question. Brian's question is, I'm going to be playing with the next few videos you give to use to add the audio to the email as a description. When I send out the One Touch weekly email, do you have any recommendations or suggestions? It's to brand the email more. Okay, I'm not sure I understand the question, Brian. Let me try and read that again. I'm going to be playing with the next few videos you give to use to add the audio to the email. So it sounds to me like you just want to strip the audio from the video. Well, I know how I can do that. I'm trying to think of a way that you can do that. I think go to YouTube, and I can't remember exactly where this was, but you should be able to Google something like download audio from a YouTube video. Or I think if you, and I know when you go into YouTube, and I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately. Um, there's a YouTube premium service or whatever. I don't know, it's like 12 or 13 bucks a month and gets rid of all the ads and stuff like that. I think you can download videos there. And then if you downloaded the video, you can, from like a video editor, you can output just the audio. It's a couple different steps, but that hopefully will help you. Let me know again, Brian, when you email me about what was the other? You had another question earlier. I think it was. Let's see where to go. Let's go down to fold here. About Calendly. Yeah, when you email me about the Calendly thing, also bring that up, and I'll see what I can do to find a simple solution for you. All right, it's the audio and the voice of the mic. Oh, I see what you mean. You know, there are things that the Mighty Giant does I haven't even explored yet. There's some things where you can have like outbound calls. There's some pretty cool stuff that it does. I just haven't wrapped my brain around it yet. So what you can do, if you have a question about a certain feature, you can go into your account, and I'll show you where this is. So give me just a second. All right. Okay, let's share the screen. And from your Mighty Giant account, if you click on My Account and then go to Support, you can click on Contact Them and then open a ticket. And that could be even like explain that you have a question about a feature and how it works. I've done this a number of times, and their support team is awesome. They get back to you pretty quickly. I pointed out a couple of problems recently that I noticed that they had, and like the next day they had fixed them. So in any case, this is what I would encourage all of you to do. Okay, if you run into a problem with your Mighty Giant account, just go here to my account, click on Support, and then where it says Contact Us, click on that link, come down here to open a ticket, and just type away and submit the ticket, and they'll get back to you. All right, so David says he's got to go. Thanks. Excellent, David. God bless you. Have a great night. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right. Any other questions? I do want to play one more video for you. It's like a lot of I've had a really easy job here today. I've played 2 videos that total like 34 minutes. And I'm going to play another one, but this one's kind of short. But this one's kind of cool. I think you're going to enjoy it. So it's only like 4. Oh, I saw another question pop up. Brian says, is there a way to use the cash flow dashboard as an affiliate to charge the client on the savings? Back in the day when I was doing mortgages, I used to charge a fee of the program. Well, you can. I mean, it does give the estimated interest savings that the clients will receive when you do the cash flow analysis. And you can say that, you're going to charge a percentage of that, 0.5%. I mean, it's a lot of money. I mean, we're saving people $100,000 to $200,000, say $150,000. 1% of that is going to be $1,500. So, I mean, you can certainly do that. Now, how much interest the private family bank will save them might be a little less. You can tell them if they're going to start a private family bank that, the savings you'll discount that fee, but then you'll have to declare that they paid you when you process the application for the bank with Lafayette, per the question David asked earlier. Alan says, do you guys ever travel to do a group presentation to companies or a big group of people that have shown interest in getting a private family bank? Alan, I have not. I mean, I've been asked a couple of times. Let me correct that. I have a couple of times, but I haven't made it a practice. I just don't have the time for it because I'm so busy with the videos, and my focus is to be getting you guys as successful as possible. If you have opportunities for that and you want to talk through them, then I encourage you to go into the Agent Academy portal. All the training stuff is at. Go to schedule an agent coaching session and click on this link, and it'll give you my Calendly link for coaching sessions, one-on-one. No charge for that because you're part of the academy. I do that for anybody who asks, and just have to work with my schedule. Sometimes I'm booked for a while. I might have to wait a while, but my calendar is open to everybody who's a part of this team. You're my number one priority when it comes to this business. Between you and our prospects, that's all my business is built around. So if you have questions about how that can be done, do let me know. I'll be happy to help you with that. Also, while we're here, notice there's a way to schedule a 3-way call with your prospect. There's all the directions. If you have a prospect you want to talk to, Alan, like you were talking about before, you have some people, this is how you schedule those appointments. And I'll actually do the meeting. You'll be dialed in if you want some OJT, on the job training. That's what I'm here for. I am here so that you can be successful, to make sure you have every conceivable advantage I can provide. All right. So Brian says, enjoyed the weekend with the others on Saturday. Oh, yes. I'm glad that went really well. Dan said it went good. I'm excited about that too. Hopefully I'll be able to be a part of those once in a while, but that's where you guys can all talk about me behind my back. All right. So, all righty. Let me go ahead and play this one last video for you quick. And we'll take it from there.
You're going to hit a wall. A lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, don't come out here because they don't want to hit the wall. Everybody hits the wall. No one's exempt. There's a period. Let me tell you how it goes. When things are going real good, when you first start off, life is playing with you. You're going to be going and things are looking great. You're excited. You're going to tell everybody about it. And then all of a sudden you hit a wall. And that wall stung something. That wall knocked the life out of some people. That wall discouraged some people. It didn't work out for them. They hit the wall and they turned around. The wall is painful. It's painful hitting that wall. And I'm saying to you, all of us will hit the wall. Some will choose to go back. There's some small number who, when they hit that wall, they decide, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be over there. This kind of person refuses to be denied. This person doesn't care about the pain because this person knows something. There's no gain without pain. This person will come back anyhow, again and again and again. And if you keep on hitting that wall, here's what happens to you. That you will have an incredible breakthrough. And it's as if the universe says, let's help him out. I admire that kind of tenacity. Let's give her a hand. As you're working times with tears falling down your face. And you'll look back on the times and you will cherish those times. Because what you become in the process, if you hang in there, when you come through that valley, when you come through that fight, there'll be a look in your eyes that everybody will know this is a different person here. You've got to be willing to stay focused, to be creative, to be relentless, because things are going to happen to you when you're working on your dream.
You don't know what's going to happen. And so life normally breaks you because when it hits you, you wasn't ready. But if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready and you stay plugged up, when you hear bad news, it don't break you because you already energized. Take all your energy for the dream because you're going to need it. It's up to you if you make it or not. But when you come here, you have all the ingredients to be whatever it is you want to be, live wherever you want to live, and do whatever you want to do.
You have got to be relentless. You've got to learn how to become resourceful. You've got to learn how to become creative. When crises strike in your life, and in the Chinese language, crisis means danger, but it also means opportunity. And this is an opportunity for you to grow. And you've got to be so relentless, regardless of what comes down the pike, that you're always looking for a way to get over, always looking for a way that you can break through, always looking for a way that you can win, always looking for a way that you can strike a telling blow. You've got to decide that I'm going to be fearless. I refuse to be denied. And I'm going to go all out. I'm going to be relentless. I deserve this, and I'm going to have it.
You know, as like they say, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And one day, I'll share about the number of walls that I've hit. All right, folks, if there are no more questions, all right, no more questions. I'm going to let you get back to your Tuesday night. We'll see you next Tuesday when we go over the folder reference guide. And remember, I love what he said. There are some people, when they hit a wall, they stop and decide, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be over there. You're supposed to be over there too. So let's get over, around, through, under, whatever it takes, whatever walls you're going through, and keep building your business. We'll see you next week. God bless.